The people who are good with writing, a person can send you a message.
Like the way I feel it.
Time for bed, we are all both on the phone. Sometimes I feel like, but we are on the phone. Put that phone. If it means climbing that man, for me I climb gives me
What if the worst gets the worst? And when someone knows that every day you do not call, but you're in trouble somewhere. Baby in Uganda.
You're right. But we did not know how to communicate. We didn't even know what the importance is.
I did that calling money. That was I changed my direction to phone. How complicated that was. That is the time I didn't communicate. I didn't bother calling husband, but honey, I brush your dinner. What did you do?
That's a commanding time.
She's communicating.
Yeah.
If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful?
Once again, we are back. This week's video, we have something new you don't have to miss. Wives Rising. Marriage is not a straight line, and every day
we try to make it straight.
Yeah, that is Wives Rising again this week. My name is Karine Nyine,
Sandra Lubanga,
Barbara Emiru,
Beatrice Chimpi,
and we are
Wives Rising.
Wow. That is Wives Rising back again. And today we're going to talk about something we all know, but learning has never. You never stop to learn. So we are going to talk about communication. You might be there watching us and be like, yeah, I've heard about communication. But this time round, we want to share experiences. We want to share the advantages and disadvantages. When you learn communication, what happens? Communication is, in marriage especially, and relationships, it is not a receiving and sending messages. This time around, it involves practicing active listening, active participating, verbal and non-verbal. It requires empathy. You must be in a position to sympathize with this person. It requires compromise. So that is what we are going to talk about in communication, so that we make our marriages better, and our relationships better.
Exactly.
Because just imagine if you capture the element of empathy. Wow. So my ladies, what do you have to say?
To add on that, communication is between two people. Yes. You're talking to someone because you can communicate alone.
No. That's why
So the communication between two people.
Yes. So my ladies, we are going to share. I think I need to start from here. Just I love you to start.
Baby start.
Okay, Barbara, tell us.
Of course, I'm going to talk about communication in my marriage.
Yes, that is good. We want to see how have you been doing it.
You guys,
tell us.
So for me, the one problem that I had with communication is my tone and energy. As you can see, my tone and body movement. When I was communicating to my husband, for example, I'm telling him, honey, today I wanted you to join me in first service. Honey, what did you do?
That's a commanding time.
She's communicating.
Now, honey, why don't you come with me first service? What? Honey, today why don't you come with me for first service? Do you see that difference?
Yeah.
So for me, I used to be very hard. Like I'm putting my point hard. passing my point, I'm putting hands. You have to come
With actions.
That's why in our introduction we talked about empathy. Because when you're using honey, no, it is, first of all, it is hard. Yes, you're communicating. It is a hard voice. Even the body itself, it is hard.
Yeah, actually, communication has so many types.
Yes.
Yeah, the actions you put might even speak louder than the words you've spoken. So I think her actions spoke more like a command. Attend with me for service. Man, who can do that?
Normally, the response of your husband.
Having a husband who's
Introvert.
yeah, having a husband who is an introvert, you come with your energy.
And then he pour water on you.
Then you know what to do, and you won't come.
Wow.
He speaks also in his actions.
Yes.
Hey,
But he has communicated.
you have communicated.
So we are going to go deeper today.
Yeah. Actually, I'm also like her husband. Even when you come, when you're shouting, however much your point is good, I'll just look at you and say, okay, when you set yourself, you come back and tell me.
I know her.
You come and tell me. I will just look. Actually, me, if someone speaks with a loud tone, first of all, I freeze. She freezes. Yeah, I freeze. I'm like, hey, what is this person? Why are you coming like that? Actually, me, my husband is also this person, just like Barbara, person who will speak on with a high tone. Then even sometimes like, never nange honey. What wrong? I was just telling you this, and then for you saying that I backed. No, I did not back. And then that is his communication. So, me, my bad side of communication, my bad side, sometimes I might not even tell you. I might not even tell you, thinking like you read the signs. Yes, you read the signs of what I'm meaning, which is not good. So me, I use more of the sign language, but of late I've learned to speak out, because yes, I've learned like when you don't tell someone what actually you want, they will never understand.
Yes.
For them, they will perceive whatever they've perceived, and it might be when it's not what you're meaning. So I've learned to speak out, and for these 13 years, I think my communication is not bad like the way we started. Yeah.
Hey,
Have been a struggle.
Yeah, it was a struggle. Even right now, sometimes it's a struggle. Like I've told you, when something is too much, for example, for him, since he has a high tone, he may speak something. For example, I may give you a scenario. He normally picks me up from work. Me, honey, oh, you don't know. I've waited for you. No, Markplex is coming. Oh, you don't know. Then I'll just freeze. And then he will drive from town without hearing a word from me. And then he will say, why are you quiet? Why is that quiet? And then I'm still like, why did you speak like that? And I'm not going to tell him, why did you speak like that? I know I'm in wrong. I don't want to bring up the argument and I'm in wrong. But yes, but then I'm like, why did you have to use that tone?
But of course you're silent.
And then
you already communicated.
Because I'm frozen. I'm frozen right now. I cannot speak anymore. I'm frozen.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes they're like, Banange, Bambi, apologies. And the moment you say that, and then the kabozo will continue from wherever I picked you from up to home.
Wow, wow. Communication, it is a very big thing. Even in our, not even only in marriage, but even in other relationships.
Yeah.
Me, my challenge with communication, okay, those days, of course, we are still learning. The journey is still so long.
Yes.
Me, I am also a hard person. When I want, I want. And I'm not good at keeping things to myself.
Yeah.
When I'm hurt, I'm hurt. I'll tell you, man, I'm hurt.
You speak out. That one will speak out and assure you.
And I will assure you there and there. But I also have an introvert who'll be like, he will go silent and be like, can't you see that I'm hurting? Those days I used to add in actions and I cry. But guess what? With time, I learned to appreciate him. I calm. Even if I'm hurting, I no longer use that hard voice. I don't shout. I be like, Supi, I think we need to sit and talk. I think I'm hurting. These days, I use I think, hey, you're hurting. Yeah. Then I realized empathy and compromising. It has come in so much, especially even at work. I no longer come hard. My workmates can testify. Coming hard, you guys, things were supposed to be like this. No, actually, I call them. Can we improve? Can we talk? Can we? Yes. So that empathy, it has really taught me communication skills, and we are learning and we are getting there.
So it means that according to the personalities that I've seen, like when you listen to either the three of you speaking, realize that I think in marriage it requires us to reach a point and learn each other. Come to the level. And the other thing I've analyzed, it is the ladies who are coming to the level of the husbands.
And no, because our husbands are different. Not my husband
is an introvert, and then mine is X.
Yes. Now just imagine me and Sandra's husband in the same house.
That is why the importance of God can never make a mistake.
He cannot.
Two people.
Yes.
The same way, like me and Dennis. We are just like Sandra and Mr. Wang. Dennis is assertive. He will speak his mind immediately. And Beatrice, you raise your voice,
she will freeze. She will look at you actually standing.
I'll be like, and I either continue walking, or if it's a very important conversation, I'll just stand. And in the beginning of our relationship, it was, for me as a person, communication has been a challenge. I think it's a challenge for all of us, and our characters, and everyone who is watching us. You may not know, but whether you're an assertive person or you're a silent person, we all have challenges.
Yes, with our communication.
The ones that are very assertive, they need to tone down their voice to listen to people who are calm. And the calm people also learn to open up.
Yes.
For the years I've lived, like it was a real hustle.
To open up.
To get Beatrice to tell you what her problem is.
Actually, even me.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and it could drive my husband so nuts. He could not understand how a person cannot open.
How can you be married to someone and you cannot open up? Wow, I feel him.
And so for me, it could even sometimes cause, like, you know, someone started a conversation very well, like,
wow.
I don't think this is supposed to be like this. Then for me, there you freeze. For him, he came to talk about something.
God.
So for the next 1 hour, someone is like, can't you talk? So can't you talk? Starts, our communication makes us turn our spouses into things that they were not told to be into. You know, the evil that we may even talk about. Then my husband is very harsh, my husband is very hard, and yet at times, because
it's
we are
communication.
Making them, like, he wants to solve the issue at hand, because marriage is full of issues to be solved from one day to and so how can you be there? Because for you, Nabachala, you don't talk.
You don't.
Actually, Beatrice, not only in marriages, by the relationship
everywhere.
Even to have your friends like to have friendship for a long period of time with your friends. Even us here, we have mastered to communicate.
Yes.
Put something on you know, communication is something that we all have to fight for.
So also I want to say that poor communication leads to miscommunication.
True.
For example, people like me and Beatrice who are independent. I used to be a kind of person who will, for example, we had Pompey recently. I woke up, I had my plans were to take it maybe to school. Along the way, I have somebody calls me, oh, Barbara, there is Pompey. I didn't bother calling Mommy. That was I changed my direction to Pompey. Now Pompey is at what? That is the time I didn't communicate. I didn't bother calling husband, but now we go to Pompey. So now what is he thinking?
That is really bad. That is bad.
Indeed, it's very important for us to go in marriage with people who are either mature than us in their mind. They are patient. they are God.
That is not communication. We talked about it. Compromise. I'm imagining myself.
No, actually, what I want to tell Beatrice, it's not even about people who are mature than you. But the moment you go into a relationship, whether you're the same age or what, there is what they call compromise. You need to set yourself. No, actually, even the other person.
You're going to Pompey. You're not communicating. You're not sympathizing.
Yes, you're selfish. You're selfish. Literally, you're selfish because you're torturing someone's mind. Do you know? No. There's nothing you can tell us.
You're hurting actually
someone. Yes.
We know that you're the one going to lead them.
Do you know the bad thing of it?
You're not telling us whether you're in jam, whether something has caught you away. First, we are there waiting for Beatrice to come.
And do you know the bad thing, Karen? Do you know the bad thing about that? What if the worst gets the worst? And then someone knows that every day you do not call, but you're in trouble somewhere because you're used not to communicate. Whatever Barbie in Uganda, you take yourself.
I'm going to defend Barbara because I was like her. This person acting like that is not. We are not giving
Yeah, you're right.
But we did not know how to communicate. We didn't even know what the importance is. For me, I don't know if it was your husband. It was my husband who kept on sitting me down and telling me, Beatrice. So, what if that's
you,
these days, kumbi nensi wenuma mugambe banensi yenu. You have to be like, because you're not
for me, I'm just learning from a group of friends that we have. But for me, okay, also, you know, for me, when I used to call my husband, honey, where are you? When I call you, I'm asking, where are you? So if you don't give me an answer, I'm like, even if I don't, like, you want, maybe you fear the response. But since when I call and ask you, your response is bad, I'm not going to talk at all. You understand? So communication is dying. So for me,
you're cutting the branches. Before you know it,
there were two
dead.
One, either twaya ukanyenga tetuli bulungi like so kangendeke wa Sandra nibo namukubira era agenda nakonziramu these days I don't mind. The issue is I have to communicate.
Yes, you see, even when you left when you're not in good terms, at least you better send a text. I'm passing via Nakauka. Even at midnight, if he's going to bed, he will say, because most of us will have the same characters. I think all humans. Before you go to bed, somehow everyone checks on their phone to see the last message, the last word. So at least you better send a message. You know what? I've passed via Pompey. So it's up to him whether he's going to process what, but he has seen, I've passed via Pompey.
These days it has changed because I think even before my day starts, I'll be like, if I have time, I'll ask him how his day was, but I'll be, we have a shoot, so from the shoot, I need to go and pick my clothes from town. I tell every step how I'm going. So during that day, I'll tell him, now I'm from KIC, I'm heading to as long as I'm changing location.
I think I want to sum up that disadvantage. Poor communicators cause demeaning. Like how can I say? You demean someone. Because the moment, even if it's your girlfriend, like friends, you're supposed to meet somewhere and this person got an issue, but she did not communicate that, you know what, Karine, don't wait for so long. I think the program has been cancelled. My dear, you're demeaning me.
I hate that.
That feeling.
That is the feeling. It's not about the husband, it's not about even our
yes.
Just imagine you find your daughter not in the house. She's out, the neighbors. She did not tell you. So we work on communication. And one thing I'm still ringing, we need all the elements together. All together. Because how can you just go to Nakauka without informing me?
You know?
You're still learning.
That's why we are sharing. You're going to share your views. You're going to share
you can tell us
in the
comment section.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. My husband told me one time, because I'm the one who plans, I make plans for when I'm going to talk to him about something. So one day he was like, so I need to talk to you about something. Yes, can you talk? Like, I need you when you're settled. When will that time come? Like I need you when all your mind is settled.
one piece.
But for him, he doesn't believe in that. He keeps on like,
Yes,
I don't believe in
yes.
that. Just talk.
Just talk.
Now I am a changed person.
Yeah.
10 years later.
10 years later.
Wow.
So you do that as well?
Wow.
I'll find him in the bathroom. I'll be like, chinongenda chera bila kanchi mugambe. So honey, I was singing. Msanga yambala kakati honey.
That is good.
Yeah, that is
Before
good.
you know it, people will be asking.
Yeah.
I mean, Dennis, Beatrice Mama Bogera.
Every time
I
you're
talk
talking.
to Sweepy. Just two of us in the bedroom. We talk. So outside we are friends and we're like, friendship, it's because we talk about everything these days. In his being an introvert and me being, hey,
Hyper.
I find
A
myself, and he also found the balance.
Yeah. I reached a point in my marriage where, in my mind, this is my opinion, I felt like communication is the heartbeat of marriage.
Wow.
Because my marriage was about to break because of communication. When I say it was about to break, like it's not.
People think it is just
but you don't know what it means to be in a house with someone who you're not talking. Hi. Bye, because she's annoyed for something for the last 2 weeks. She's so
thinking about it for 3 months.
So the truth is, I've evolved, and I'm someone who he will maybe annoy me now. But if it's something very big, it can hurt me for 2 days. But if it's a minor, these usual things, those ones I have I no longer keep in my head. And then
You're taking a higher way actually now.
For anyone who is in their early years of marriage and you're struggling with communication, just know you have no way around it. You cannot beat it. You know you need it. You can't beat around the bush. No, I'll not talk to him. You know, this is someone you married forever and ever. So you either work out, come down to where they are at their level, or find a middle ground. But you have to learn to communicate. A time reaches when, as you solve other things in future, your partner keeps referring to the things that you said.
Yes, because you
but you said I was. But you said I was like. You remember the thing was small and it was small, but we are in 2023
it's
still referring.
For me now, the example of that, when I was doing my bridal shower, there's a lady at church, she's called Auntie Jessica. She brought me, the dustpan and the broom. She told me, you see this dustpan and the broom? When you're sweeping like this, do you keep the rubbish in the house? I said no. You take the rubbish to the dustbin. So the way you're taking this rubbish to the dustbin, do you go to the dustbin and pick up the rubbish and put back in the house? No. The same way in marriage. When you talk about something and finish it, don't get that rubbish and put it in the house. Don't stop communicating.
Yes.
Whether you're hurt or you're in a good mood, don't stop communicating. For me at home, when I feel like we are so quiet, for example, time for bed, we are both on the phone. Sometimes I feel like, but we are on the phone. Put the phone. If it means climbing that man, for me I climb this one. We talk. I don't like that. Of being quiet. Why is there no
I'm sorry, I'll add on what Barbie has said. Those times when you're hurt and you feel like everyone doesn't want to give in, no one wants to start the communication, everyone is on the other side. Me, I've learned to come out of my eggshell. If he will not, remember he started when he was the one who is like, even these are certain people, they sometimes keep quiet. So to start the conversation, me, if this one is climbing, myself, I do those things. I find him boo-boo, he's dozing, I start pulling.
Really?
Like you start
my friend, that conversation. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
That's first bit.
Okay, me my last bit what I can say. If you're a poor communicator, Start now to work on yourself. Start now with your girlfriends. Start now at your workplaces. Start now with whatever person you, because when you learn how to communicate with fellow friends, fellow peers, it helps you as you go into marriage. Some of us, even with our friends, Karin mentioned about it. You have an outing. You plan that at this time we are supposed to be here. But even you're late, 30 minutes, 1 hour, your friend is already at Javas, your friend is already at your meeting place, but you haven't yet even communicated. So let us work out, because effective communication is good for all relationships. For them to approach and even bring in ideas. When you wake up early in the morning, you call Karin, you text Karin, how are you doing? Barbara, how are you doing? What's up? You're lost. I've taken long without seeing you. That person thinks, yes, my leader cares about me. Beatrice cares about me. So such a person, it helps even the team to grow because of communication. Now be a leader who is quiet. Who doesn't things will not move.
Not even being quiet. Be a leader who is hard
to be approached, hard to communicate,
hard voice.
Yeah.
Push. Hand.
On that. Also, there's this issue of, for example, you want to communicate with your partner. I want to communicate with my husband. But for me, I used to think, how is he going to interpret this information?
You're thinking
So in that case, I used to fear to tell, like, for example, to communicate about certain
things.
For example, finances. Maybe I want us to buy a fridge at home. But you're like, if I tell him about the fridge, what is he going to say? So sometimes there is a fear to communicate, so that you don't, because you don't want to be in bad terms with your partner, or you don't know his reaction. So what do you do about that? You understand?
I understand.
Yes,
because I've had that also. When you learn your spouse too much, like for those of us communally who have husbands who are assertive, they are leaders, they are top leaders. Born leaders are assertive. And there's nothing wrong with them. So at times when you stay with someone for long, you start learning them and know that Mr. Nuru, when I tell him this is how he's going. This is how he's going to react. This is going to annoy him. So we start even holding things.
Yes,
but
yes.
here again, it's not right.
Yeah, it's also,
it is not right. It is good.
Actually,
communicate.
Yes.
Speak out your mind. Actually, call them.
Yes.
Be like, you know what? In him being assertive and all that, mine is an introvert. I'll be like, Sweepy, we need to talk. I'm suggesting.
Yes. Actually,
things are getting spoiled. You know, can we combine efforts? Remember, sina chingeda kuteka.
Actually, I also learned that.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to approach as long as you get the right time. The right time when someone is going to give you attention. If someone is still working, while they are doing what, and then you just bring in your chimos, it will just go like that. But just wait for the convenient time, and then you bring in the communication.
Let me tell you what my husband taught me, because me, I've learned communication from my husband. Balancing whether I'm communicating an emotion that is hurting, or I'm communicating something positive, something that we want to do. My husband, I would always say, okay, in our times of peace, like when he finds me peaceful, he would always ask me, what makes you fail to communicate? So I would tell him. I would be like, sometimes I fear, sometimes I don't know, but how are you going to take it? So he's like, for him, when he's teaching you something, he doesn't teach you only for himself to benefit. He tells you, when you want to communicate, whether here, whether to people, don't mind what someone is going to say. Just speak, because you need to solve
something.
You're solving something.
Because if you keep it inside, it's going to be hurting.
People are not aware that you're hurting.
You're only self-boiling.
Yes.
Also, me, that is what I told my husband. I told him, you know what? I think sometimes when I tell you something and you don't pay attention, it hurts me. But whatever hurts me right now, I'm going to tell you. So you think about it, you reply when you're ready. So for me, if I am hurt or something, I tell him, honey, this and this and this. If I don't get a reply, then I know, okay, you will sleep and you will give me a reply. And it has worked, by the way. This year, I was like, honey, I'm going to tell you what I feel. If you don't have the answer at this moment,
you leave him to process.
The thing I'm feeling right now is the fact that we have to all these elements, we need them. You need to be like practicing empathy, practicing like hard listening. You have to be a listener. You have to compromise. When someone is busy, Beatrice, it is not wise.
Yeah, it's not wise to just come and pour your thing.
Even if it's your girlfriend, I mean, that is not the right time to comment on the shoe. When it is really, really
the one looking at your shoulder,
come, you know, find them in their good time. Be like, that shoe, I think it is worn out. Is it okay? Yeah. As a friend.
The other, as we're talking about our challenges that we kept having, because all of us had challenges, whether you were silent or...
Today we still have them, Beatrice.
Today.
Yes.
Like right now the days have decreased. The other time I would think about something for 3 months.
Wow. The days have decreased.
The days have decreased. 3 days. I even plan, I know. Friday he's very busy. He's stressed. Something. On Tuesday he has this. I'll talk to him on Friday. And Friday, like I know when my husband is most relaxed, I'll be like. So I learned to speak. I wasn't speaking, remember, before. So this time.
3 days.
Me, I don't even know how to speak. When you see me chop wires and speak loud, just know whatever you've done.
It is too much.
But in normal circumstances, I'll be like, I find him and I sit like, let me take an example. Something that is like you're scared what they're going to respond. Either you messed up something. Either you were with the laptop got spoiled, it broke down. Like things like that. Like when you know things that
extremes.
It's like you're going to your father to. Yeah?
And the funny bit of it, whenever you're scared of someone's response, that's when they'll give you the best. They'll even they'll be like, because how did it get spoiled? I think we can do about it. It's very easy.
So in circumstances where I'm communicating something that is ill, something that went wrong, I'm like, with a very low tone, honey, you know what happened? No, there's something I want to talk to you about. Okay, what is it? This and this and this and this. And you will see he also changed. He also, I think, evolved. He's not the other person who'll be like, wow. You know, like, so what
in
happened?
his character.
Yes. And then if there's anything to change that he wants you to change, he'll be like, it's okay. Things get spoiled, but I mean, you have to, be more careful. Don't give a laptop. I'm just giving an example of a laptop, but he gives you guidance. I don't know if people know that for us wives, God gives us our husbands as heads, as priests, as leaders. Even girlfriends, no. Even girlfriends, no. I don't. Okay, to those who don't know, when you're going to approach your husband, it's like you're approaching. People who are feminists will take it, lightly, but it's the truth. You're approaching someone, and when they give you their response, you're approaching someone who is above you. You're approaching them with respect. You're approaching them with a low tone, and whatever they're going to tell you back, like, I need you to do this and this. What if you do this and this? It's very wise of us that we take it.
Okay. Another type of communication that I want to talk about, texting. Also, it's a form of communication. People who are like, for example, this morning I have had an argument with my husband, but I still have something to add. I put it in a message. So that's communication. The people who are good with writing, a person can send you a message.
Like the way I feel it. When it is WhatsApp, I can even write a full scope on WhatsApp.
Wow! You see how this show is helping us to Okwezula, helping us, and I know someone else.
And they don't have time to write.
Every detail.
I learned the hard way, and these days
you write me on WhatsApp. I don't WhatsApp.
Like when I'm like this, like when let me say those days when after talking on the phone and the candidate, I will listen and then you switch off. Then I go to the phone.
And conclude, Kale, I love you, man. I'm waiting.
Is it true that
full scarf? For what?
is it true that there are some things that you could not express yourself
via talking? Yes. When I write everything and I express it in my writing. Then I know, yes, you have to understand it, the way I've written it. And after writing, I feel calm.
But that is all communication. I don't know. It's because you guys, of your temperaments. First, we shall not read.
you don't have the time.
And you have to read. There is a sentence.
When I write, I feel like I'm actually making a mistake, and I'm not saying it wrong, right? Like I feel like the person is going to interpret it the wrong way. I want to tell you.
Immediately, she knows when we are communicating like hard things. Why am I wasting that? Hello.
I thank God I evolved. Right now, I don't think I can get. I'm so select. I can't. Because as we share our experiences, let us tell you something about the disadvantages of poor communication.
Yes.
Poor communication leads to further misunderstandings. The thing that was really so small, it becomes big. Because now, what happens to the men that are, okay, not to the men, but to personalities of people that are assertive and they get hurt by, like for us who are introverts, we speak one word.
And it is
it has got the eyes, everything. Yet for us,
so, as people who believe in God and are Christians, is that what you want, to leave the other person shut up?
No.
I reached a level in it. It's a process where you reach a level and you love your partner so much to hurt them. Like I love my husband so much to write him things that are hurt, even something to come out of my mouth that abuses him. But the Beatrice of 10 years ago, before I tell you something that can hurt you properly, the conversation has not ended.
Wow.
Like for it to end, I'll keep quiet first of all for 6 months, but then kulinzi. Or John is.
Then you pour around.
I'll tell you a word. It will throw you up, down,
and down, up and down.
And my heart will be like,
That is the
right there and then. Wow. Maybe my last bit will be where are all the elements that we've talked about. Be the person who can compromise. Be the person who can listen in, hard listening, and be where the empathy bit. Just think about your friend like, Bambi, she's there waiting for me. Oh, he's there waiting for me. And for you, you're just thinking about yourself. Undress unselfishness actually, because it will help you to be on your phone. Guys, I'm sorry, but in 20 minutes, in 2 minutes, and that action you're doing is going to help you in your marriage. Before you know it, you're a good communicator. Wow, that was from us, Wise Rising. We love you. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe.
See
you in the next video. Bye.